Hi, I'm Peter Hawley, President and CEO of Fabled Copper Corp. And today I'd like to tell you about the surface sampling on the 428 Central Copper Occurrence, where we chip sampled up to 5.88% copper. The Muskwa project is comprised of the Neil property, the Toro property, and the Bronson property located in northern British Columbia. The Bronson property comprises 4 mineral tenors covering approximately 2,524 hectares, and to date we have reported on the Book 6 UAV drone mission, surface sampling, geophysical survey, structural survey, and Aster compilation. In addition, we have reported on the Book 9 and 10, which may be the southern extent of the Book 6, and now the sampling on the 428 Central Copper Occurrence. So let's talk about the 428 Central Copper Occurrence. The 428 Occurrence and surrounding areas to the north, west, and south were prospected on July 20th and August 23rd and 27th, 2021. 9 exposures of veining were prospected and sampled. 6 exposures are situated along a ravine that travels north-northwest into a broad valley. 1 exposure lies to the north side of the valley, and 2 veins are exposed at the foot of a receding glacier, 250 meters west of the ravine. A total of 29 samples, 1 grab, 10 rubble or float samples, and 18 chip samples were collected over the various veins and surrounding area. On the north side of the valley, a non-mineralized 2.5 meter wide tension vein strikes 176 degrees. A grab sample was collected at an elevation of 1,732 meters and returned analyses low in copper. In the ravine, 350 to 850 meters south-southwest from the previous sample discussed, 6 exposures of veining were sampled. 5 exposures are located between 350 to 450 meters from sample D 233173 at elevations of 1,788 to 1,839 meters, and the 6th exposure is located upslope at an elevation of 2,080 meters. 11 chip samples were collected across the veins at various locations and contained 0 to 3% sulfides. Copper assays resulting were low, in other words, less than 0.39% copper. 2 float rub samples taken within 20 meters of the veining were mineralized with 5% chalcopyrite. And copper analyses for these 2 samples indicate 2.09% copper and 1.16% copper. Upslope, 250 meters at an elevation of 2,080 meters, the same ravine hosts a 6th exposure. Here, as you can see, the 428 central vein is exposed and contained semi-massive sulfides, 8% chalcopyrite, 1% bornite. 1 chip sample was collected across a width of 1.5 meters and assayed 5.88% copper. And as you can see again, approximately 250 meters west from the location of the sample with 5.88% copper, 2 outcrops of large, and when I say large I mean up to 2 meters in width and 90 meters in length, quartz carbonate veining. And these lie exposed at the foot of a melting glacier at elevations of 2014 to 2023. 8 chip samples were collected across these veins. Over recent years, it appears the glacier has receded about 200 meters to the south. The veins contain 0 to 1% chalcopyrite and a trace of copper. Also in the area, between the veins and a dike outcropping 150 meters to the east, 3 mineralized 1 to 4% chalcopyrite and less than 1% bornite float samples were collected at elevations of 2021 and 2023 meters. These 3 samples assayed between 1.12% and 2.19% copper. And at higher elevations of 2,180 and 2,098, 2 float samples were collected 250 to 300 meters to the south-southwest. 1 sample with 1% chalcopyrite and moderate malachite assayed 1.28% copper. And another sample with 20% sulfides assayed 2.12% copper. On August 23rd, an example of mineralized float, D723469, was collected while performing the reconnaissance VLF-EM surveying in the valley at an elevation of 1,620 meters, which is below the 428 central veining. This sample contained 10% chalcopyrite and 1% bornite, and a copper content of 4.12%. 2-week Fraser filter VLF-EM anomalies flanked the location where this sample was collected. As you can see, all the samples taken were photographed and GPS location taken, plus a metal sample tag left in place for future reference if required. All this data, plus assay results, were geotagged and placed in the .kml or .kmz file for use in such as Google Earth for easy reference. Follow us as we explore for fabled green copper in northern British Columbia.